Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So this has been going around for the Black woman that was talking about she liked Black people, but she doesn't like hood people, or she's scared of hood people. And that's not really the story here. Everybody's talking about what she said on this video, but nobody's talking about the response that she did. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it. So the first thing I want to show you is the initial video that actually went viral. Okay. The initial video that went viral. And then we're going to talk about the foolishness that she answers with, because there's a mugshot. And so she's going to respond to the mugshot. Okay. So let's do a little bit refresh because I want to start it from the beginning. Let's go. Here we go.
Seen this girl make a post earlier where she was like, I'm not afraid to admit hood people scare me. Now, although that may trigger some people, y'all have to understand some of us are just genuinely traumatized. Now, I didn't grow up in the hood, but I worked in the hood. And when I tell y'all, that was one of the most miserable experiences of my entire life. You could not look at them wrong. They wanted to fight. You could not be quiet. If you were quiet, it's you think you're all that, you think you're better than us. It's so bad. I was washing my hair today and I got flashbacks of when they used to tease me and try and call me broke because I was not wearing a lace wig. Like they just say the most uneducated, ignorant stuff I've ever heard in my life. I'm broke because I want to wear my natural hair that God blessed me with. And because I'm not gluing something to a nasty, stinking stocking cap every 5 seconds, that mean I'm broke. Like the energy is just so miserable. So I seen this girl make. I remember when I used to go just walk inside of the gas station, and a car full of hood girls would just laugh and talk trash. It's like you don't even know me. You're just random people on the street. You're just so ignorant. It's just always negativity. They're always down to fight. They're always loud. They're always like, ew. Like, I'm so glad that Tampa is so segregated and I don't have to go on that side of town. And I know that sounds terrible, but like a lot of things I'm just so traumatized by. I do not get along with hood chicks at all. I could probably count zero. I can't think of one person that is hood and I've actually like gotten along with them and they were nice and they were sweet and they weren't trying to use me and they never talked about me like a dog. Like I can't think of not one person. I can't. When people show you who they are, believe them. I remember when I used to go just
Girl, you're one of those women who leveled up and now trying to on people, girl, please. This ain't hard to achieve. You just found a colorist man. I could get a larger bed with a European man. Period, pool, pasta, and lobster. First of all, nobody in the real world talks like that. You will never get any type of high value man to marry you or take you seriously talking like that. The most you'll get is a couple of dollars in a hotel room because that is all you sound like you're worth. People in the real world where things actually matter don't talk like that. Second, as far as a European man goes, been there, done that. I don't know why you hood rats seem to think European men are some type of trophy or savior. Maybe because you're in survival mode and you're trying to get out of the slums that you're in. So you see another race to help you and do what your own father couldn't do. But my father was in my life and he was a great black man. And
Fellas, ladies love.
girl.
Okay. So that was that, right? But what ended up coming out was that she was the hood chick she's talking about. We're going to take a look at this same chick. Okay. This is her. That's her mugshot that pretty much came out immediately after that initial set of videos went viral. The first problem is that she has a mugshot and it's not that old. All right. This is 2018. And then read the caption here. Says she doesn't like hood people, explains her mugshot for assault and details why she falsely being the keyword, accused her husband of DV in 2018. That's not that long ago. See what I'm saying? So you already got a mugshot. I thought it's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna allow her to tell you this 1/16th of a story that all the hyenas tell you, okay, when they don't want to take accountability for anything that they do. Here we go.
I went to my husband yesterday and I was like, I think I'm going to do a story time. And he's like, a story time for what? Take note, he's so oblivious to all of this. When you're in your 50s, you're thinking about retirement. You don't care about TikTok. He has houses that still need to be fixed. He has a commercial property he's trying to buy. He has a shelter he's trying to take over. He has real grown man business stuff going on right now. He didn't know any of this was going on. So I fill him in and he's like, wow, all that off of your opinion in a video? And I was like, yeah. So he laughed and he was like, why do you feel the need to explain yourself or do a story time? And I was like, well, because they found out about what I did in 2018 that caused you to go to jail. And he's like, I don't care. I forgot all about that. I don't even know them. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to take accountability for that. So he's like, well, if it's your social media page. If you want to tell them, you can tell them. If you don't, you don't. You can leave it as is. I don't care what they think about me. So that's what it is. My husband never put his hands on me. I was very childish back then. And we got into an argument. I lied and told them that he did. I also called his mother's house, ordered like 50 pizzas, mass spammed her. I did all type of crazy stuff back then. And he forgave me for it. It's been years. We moved on, never had another problem, never had another issue. And then recently, last month, I decided to go to the casino with my girls, have a couple of drinks. I came back home like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke him up out of his sleep and told him to go fix me some beef bacon and some egg. Him being tired did not want to get up right away, and that ticked me off. I'm intoxicated, so I'm not thinking about how he feels. I'm only thinking about why you won't get up and go fix me something to eat. So yeah, I start this huge argument with him over him not cooking me beef, bacon, and eggs. Yeah, silly, I know, but whatever. Long story short, someone calls the police. I go to jail. He bails me right out, and we're back loved up the same day. A man will never touch me. Let's just make that clear. And in conclusion, none of these situations make me ghetto. Ghetto is a personality trait. You have politicians who go to jail for domestic violence, DUIs, and whatever else. And then they go back to the office and they do their job and then act like nothing even happened. Problems happen, stuff happens. That's life. I don't believe in evil eye. I don't believe in voodoo. I am responsible for all of my actions. If I would have just stayed home and not went out and got drunk with my friends and stayed home with my family, none of that would ever happen. Am I spoiled? Am I bossy? Am I dominant? Yeah. But am I ghetto? No. So yeah, that's my story. Let's continue with the soft life content, put all this behind us and keep moving. Oh, and I'm not going to stop sharing my opinion. Y'all are not going to bully me to stop me from talking. That's never going to happen. So if you want to keep recycling the same old mugshots, you can keep doing that. I don't care.
So this is a whole hyena. Let's get that out of the way. And it's a lot of these hyenas on social media that have these soft life pages. Pretty much all of those are hyenas. You want to call them chameleons, but they don't hide their hyena spots. So they're just hyenas. They're not even chameleons. Okay. All of these chicks, particularly these black chicks, talking about this soft life stuff. I don't know one of all the ones that I've ran across, because I don't watch any of the content, so I couldn't really call them off by name. But for all of the ones that I've ever run across, when they start that content about soft life and being kept and all of this type of stuff, those are pretty much hyenas. I've never seen a lioness do content about a soft life. Okay. Never seen a lioness do that. Uh, all of these are hyenas. I mean, I would be surprised to run into one that has content like this that is a lioness. I would be highly surprised by that. These are hyenas. So what's happening here is a lot to unpack, right? The first thing is that she's apparently got an older guy that is a husband. He's possibly a simp. Judging by if she's telling any of the truth about any of his responses to her foolishness, and the fact that she pulled that stunt and is not divorced, that's giving simp. That's giving me simp energy, because no man, no lion that I know that's worth his mane as a lion is going to allow his so-called wife to falsely accuse him, call the police, knowing full and well how police, particularly in Florida, which is where I think she says she is, behave with Black men specifically, and basically calling the Romans on your husband for any reason, particularly to lay a false claim on her husband. See, it's different if he really hurting you, like you fear for your very life, like you ain't gonna get out of this. If you don't call somebody, you may not make it. Right? You might do that. But this whole calling the police because you got mad, calling the police because y'all got into an argument talking about back then like it was 10, 15 years ago. Girl, this is 5, 6 years ago. You still an idiot. You still a back-footed hyena that thinks she too good to have consequences. And because he didn't give her a consequence, apparently, she felt the need to pull another stunt. So not only did she falsely accuse her husband of DV, which that could have went all kinds of left, she then went on to harass his family. Let's not leave that part out. She then went on to harass his mother, spamming his mother, sending pizza to her house, all of this other foolishness that she's doing. So she took the foolishness outside of the four walls of their home. She invited his family. She made him look a fool in front of his family by bringing that type of foolishness, not only doing it, but actually letting other people know how crazy she is and causing trouble with his family. So apparently no real consequence for that. Consequences from her husband, as in, I'm leaving you because you don't do that to me. You don't do that to me. You got a whole problem on your hands today because I know you didn't disrespect me to that extreme level. And you called the ops on me. And I could have got dealt with that way. And you called my mama. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you just acting a fool all the way around. Like, you stomping through the boneyard like you done lost your mind. Right? So then she starts to enumerate another incident where she's scooping up dirt with her back feet again with this same man. Now this is for the streets behavior, because how you a married woman and then went out and got drunk with your friends, quote unquote, and then came back home sauced up to then yell at your husband who was asleep to get up and fix you something to eat. And because he didn't want to do it or whatever, you made such an incredible ruckus in your home. It was so obnoxiously loud and ridiculous that the neighbors, you know how loud, do you know how loud and sustained that kind of disturbance has got to be for a neighbor, somebody not even in your house, but in the house over or house across or whatever, felt inclined to then call the authorities to your house, you get arrested. and then he bails you out. So again, scooping up back feet dirt with your back feet, and he didn't give you a consequence. Then you tell us that he's a grown man and he's got stuff to do while you play on the internet, and you played on the internet so much to where you getting dragged. And so then when you tell your husband, who doesn't have anything to do with your social media, which is another problem, because why are you even on social media telling your business in any case? And then he's like, well, do what you do because he wants you out of his face. This is basically a toy for you to go play so you can just get out his face and go find something to do. You need to find some business, is what it sounds like. You need something to do. He need to make you work for him, because sitting here rubbing your feet together trying to curl your hair in the camera, this is not working. But apparently she feels very secure in her relationship because she done already, and these are the stunts that she told us about. We're not even privy to all the rest of the stunts that she's probably perpetrated throughout the relationship. Okay? And she admits to being a brat. She admits to being quote unquote bossy. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, just difficult to deal with, basically. So she admits to being a hyena. Aside from all of that, she wants to make a difference between her and a hood chick. And there is no difference between her and a hood chick, because the hyena mindset, the lost value system mindset, is one that permeates through class. I want that to be clear. She thinks she's above it all because she's not in the hood, and she doesn't quote unquote talk with the hood vernacular, or she doesn't wear a lace front or things of that nature. So she doesn't do the typical things that you would associate with a hood chick. Yet their mindset is the same. Because a hood chick called the ops on her man too. A hood chick lay false allegations on a man too. A hood chick try to get a man caught up as well. A hood chick come home drunk from the club arguing with her man too. A hood chick cause the same disturbances in her man family and with his mama and his sisters and all. Do the same thing. Go to jail, got to get bailed out because she was drunk. That's hood chick behavior. That's back foot behavior. That's back foot activity. That's boneyard activity. Like, she trying to play like it's a difference between her and the hair hat patting her wig chick. It's the same chick. And she think because she got a little bit better diction and pronunciation in her words, and you know what I'm saying, she thinks she cuter, so now she thinks she better. And no. She found a man that was gonna simp because she's apparently much younger than him. He thinks she's the finest thing he can get. So he's simping and providing her with this quote unquote soft life, luxurious life, where she doesn't do anything but cause trouble to him. So he's providing all of these wonderful things that these women say they want, and she's not even so much as bringing peace to this man. This is what we just heard. He's got the other video. It looked like she was in a bathroom, and it looks like the walls was like marble or whatever. So this is a luxurious type of living that he's got her in. He don't got her in no projects or no low quality apartment or anything like that. This woman is living better than a lot of people, and you can't even so much as be peaceful to this man. She don't like him. He just got money and he older and he's smitten, but she don't like him. She's giving up the box to the other dude that she really likes. She don't like that man. Trust and believe. He's just there to sponsor her life. That's all. She give him that little box every once and again just to keep his mouth shut. She do just enough for him to keep his mouth shut and keep him spending, keep his mouth shut and keep his wallet open. Okay, she the type to smuggle $47,000 out of it. She that type. She got a secret account. Like, this is the type of chick. To think that she's somewhere on the internet trying to act like she's above it is beyond me. Like, it's mind-blowing. Watch out for these chicks. Just because they married don't mean they not hyenas. Hyenas get married too. And this one is a definite back foot. But I just wanted to point that out because nobody's talking about this foolishness that she did. That she got on to admit and tell us half a story and act like she taking accountability for it. Meanwhile, she's smirking and grinning because this is something that she would do today. Talking about back then. Girl, bye. Anyways, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.